And sometimes in life, there's moments that we control and we make a shift. And there's other times when outside forces are so strong that they make us shift. Own your future, because if you don't, someone else will. Welcome back to the Own Your Future podcast, behind the scenes edition. Each week after we do an interview, we're going to follow up with the things I've learned before the interview, after the interview, or knowing the person personally. And if you didn't watch last week's episode with Trent Shelton, oh my God, it was pure fire. Go watch it right now. Well, listen for the next few minutes and then go watch it this very moment. And when you're done, you're going to want to share it with everybody you know. Trent is one of the most profound, amazing, empathetic, compassion, well-spoken humans I know. He's a dear friend, and this interview was pure fire, even from someone I've known for so long. So knowing someone for so long, I want to share a few insights because I think it's really important when you hear an interview and you get takeaways. Why do you get these takeaways? Why does it inspire you? Because if you're watching or listening to this right now, you know that you're meant for more. You want more out of life. You want to own your future. You don't want someone else to own it. And to do that, we need to gain new capabilities, because if everything was perfect, you'd be sipping a margarita on the beach right now, not listening to this. Isn't that true? And to get from where we are to where we want to be, we know the current thinking, the current plan may not be getting us there. The world has been shifting and they've been changing the rules on us for 3 years obsessively. The news tells us we should hate each other. The economy's not going in a good direction. We got AI, is that taking over the world? All these things going. Sometimes we could sit on our hands. This is not a time to sit on our hands. This is a time to be brave. This is time for bold action. This is a time to gain skills, capabilities from people who could give you these insights and then take uncomfortable action to move forward. That's it. That is the whole secret. I'm sorry to tell you, crap is still going to happen. Things are still going to go wrong. People are going to let you down. But it's not about that not happening. It's about us getting better at handling it. In fact, you don't want less problems. You want the skills to handle bigger problems. That is the answer to true success, happiness, joy, and abundance. And I love being in this industry that we get to share what we know. I get to interview these amazing, great people. We get to, Tony Robbins, my dear friend and partner, we get to help people go into this industry, to sell what they know, share what they know, do podcasts, workshop, masterminds, be a coach. Because at the end of the day, you do have something someone else needs. But let's talk a little bit behind the scenes of Mr. Trent Shelton. Now, you got to understand, Trent played in the NFL. He is jacked. He is strong. He's an amazing father. He's an amazing man. He's an amazing mentor. He's one of the most watched human beings on this planet. Maybe you've seen some of his videos do 50, 75, 100 million views. He's he's so elegant with his words, you can't stop listening to him. If you've ever watched Trent Shelton on stage, oh my God, you don't want it to end. I've had Trent on my stages for 8 years. Always. If we have 10 speakers, he'll always get the best rating out of 10 speakers. Why? Because he lives into his heart. So what can I share behind the scenes? When you see all of those things, maybe you don't realize that Trent deep down had the biggest fear of trying, the biggest fear of failure. You got to understand, a guy that goes to Baylor and plays the top of his college and then gets drafted by the NFL and plays under the big lights on TV, that was his whole life. And then all of a sudden, one day it was over. One day it was gone. Ever have something you dreamed about? Loved, a relationship, a marriage, a business? Spent your whole life thinking about it, dreaming about it, wanting it? Imagine overnight it's gone. And you try another team and you get cut. And you try another team and you get cut. And you try another team and you get cut. And you realize that dream's gone. I can't unring the bell. I can't go back. You may know this about Trent. What shifted him into this industry is he had a dear friend that went through the same thing. And his friend took his life. And sometimes in life there's moments that we control and we make a shift. And there's other times when outside forces are so strong that they make us shift. That circumstance made this man shift. And he realized he needed to heal himself and to help heal others. Who of those right now watching or listening have had that epiphany of, I must do something different. I must change this career. I must change this business. I must change this relationship. But you're 1 foot in the door, 1 foot out the door, hesitating, planning your escape, trying to do, and years go by because you're afraid. I get it. We're all afraid. This man was afraid. And you might not see that now in his confident videos or watching him on stage, but he was scared to death. But he had something bigger compelling him, the loss of his dear friend. And maybe we don't need something so big. Maybe just being disturbed with your own inaction, disturbed with not being the best version of yourself should be enough to compel us to step our foot boldly in the new door, even if it's a little scary, even if it's a little unknown. Because the opposite of not stepping into what's scary or going into the unknown, the opposite of that is living a life of, I wonder if. What if? Should I have? I think that's way scarier than the road of moving forward. So long story short, when Trent started and wanted to share, think of the guy that's has the access to be in front of 60 million people a week right now, did videos for ages that his family watched, that some friends would pop on and go, oh my God, dude, football's not working. This isn't working either. And no one knew that those words crushed him on the inside. He doubted himself every single day, and his friends just made it worse. They thought he was bulletproof, and he wasn't. It made him sad. It made him scared. He's the kind that keeps it in. You wouldn't see it on his face. He's just quiet. I've been friends with Trent for over a decade. I watch him even to this day when he's thinking about something. He goes quiet, goes internal. But when he lets it out, oh my God. But maybe the lesson is today. Is there an event that should make you shift? But if not, what can you create to say, I know I must shift? And to also know that when you do make that shift, it is scary. It doesn't happen overnight. There's no magical money machine, but there's persistence. I will persist till I succeed. Og Mandino said in a book that I love, The World's Greatest Salesman, persistence is the only word in the English dictionary that guarantees your success. He did videos nobody watched. He did more, nobody watched. He did more, nobody watched. But then somebody watched, and then somebody else. And his inner insecurities slowly, not overnight, got chipped away. And he found the man that he wanted to become. And he loves it more than football. He's glad football ended, so he found this version of himself. Imagine getting to that spot for you, knowing that something else ended, one door closed, and you had to boldly go through the next door. But on the other side was you, 2.0, the version of you you're meant to be. So at the end of your life, you don't have any regrets for playing small. That's all these quick little behind the scenes videos for, to give you a little quick hit of inspiration before the big interviews. Do not miss next week's interview. Oh my God, it's going to absolutely blow your mind. Do not miss a second. And listen, we do these podcasts for you for free on our time. So you know how you can pay us? Pay me is go listen to 3 more. Download 3 more. And then send your favorite one to someone you care about. Send the link. Let's spread the word. And if you want to be on our newsletter, go to deansnewsletter.com. We'll let you know what's coming next and any other cool stuff myself or my partner, Tony Robbins, and I have going on. We'll see you soon. One last time, I know you loved that interview. If you want more Trent Shelton, then go to livin2023.com and reserve your spot for the Art of Living live event with Matthew McConaughey, Tony Robbins, myself, Trent Shelton, and Marie Forleo. It's on April 24th. It's going to be amazing. Depending on when you're listening, hurry and go reserve your spot. Livin, without the G, Livin, 2023.com.